Okay. Right. Good evening. Okay, as we discuss, now please keep in mind that we are going to discuss especially the series part and the principle of mathematical induction, right? Actually, if I now here, when we do through online, I can discuss this everything with the supportive PDF also, especially Excel, Cambridge, and some other PDF, okay? ඒකෙන් ඇත්තට මේ PO maths වල දැන් ඊළඟට තියෙන lessons ටික හොඳට focus කරලා තියාගන්න, right? Actually, series, principle of mathematical induction, right? Then coordinate geometry, right? Coordinate geometry means especially the parametric form of parametric coordinate geometry. Now, please keep in mind that under parametric coordinate geometry, we have parabola, hyperbola, ellipse. Clear, right? දැන් ඇත්තටම තමයි ඔය content එක මාරම comfortable අපිට online එකේ කරන්න. ඔයාලා බලන්නකෝ මම මේක කරාට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙයි ඇත්තටම එක physical class එකකටවත් වැඩිය ටිකක් descriptive කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? අනිත් එක straight line circles මට හිතෙනවා මම physical classes වල කරපු questions වලට වඩා වැඩි ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්ක discuss කරන්න පුළුවන්. Clear, right? ඒකින්ද මේ අනිත් එක ඕන තරම් supportive questions තියෙනවා. Clear, right? So doing this way is better, right? So we will focus on these special pure mathematics lessons. And right, sometimes I may be doing statistics probability also through online in the applied mathematics, right? But keep in mind that in applied maths, most of the lessons should be done through physical, clear, right? ඒක තමයි පළවෙනි case එක. මොකද අපි දැන් ඔය smooth figures කතා කරා, ඊළඟට center of gravity, ගොඩක් lessons applied ඒවා. simple harmonic motion ඒ වගේම මේ online එකට වැඩිය physically ටිකක් practical, clear, right? Practical basis නේ. But some parts of pure maths, right? Actually now තේරුම් ගන්න දැන් ඔය අපි කතා කරන lessons වලත් කීපයක් මම physical class එකේ කරනවා. මොකද ඒකත් තමයි මට ඒක monitor කර ගන්න ඕනේ. හරි? දැන් අපි මේක start ම කරපු කට්ටියනේ online එක. දැන් මම ඔයාලට නිකන් කියන්නම් 21 batch එක successfully කරගත්තා කියන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද district first third ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම online එකේම හිටියේ. හරි? හැබැයි ඉතින් පස්සේ අන්තිම කාලේ මට notice වෙලා තියෙනවා අර online එකේ වැඩක් ගන්න පුළුවන් set එක හොඳටම ගත්තා, right? හැබැයි එහෙම හරියට වැඩේ ගත්තේ නැති කීප දෙනෙකුත් ඒ කාලේ මම දැක්කා, right? ඒක ළමයි දැන්ටත් ඒක වෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක තමයි අන්තිමට ළමයිගේ පැත්තෙන් බොරුවට කතා කරනවා කියලා අර අමුතු politics එකක් දැන් ඉන්න සමහර ටෙලිවිෂන් කට්ටිය කරන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ example දාන්න ඕන නම් කියලා කියන්නේ අර ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ඡන්ද ටික ගන්න වගේ. හරි? ඒ නිසා මේ අපිට එහෙම කර කර අන්තිමට ළමයට කාලයක් තිස්සේ බොරුවට නොතේරිලා upset කරනට වැඩි එක physical class එකේ monitor කරගන්න පුළුවන්. clear? ඒකද please ඔයාලා මේ online class එකේ ඉන්නකොට full focus එක දෙන්න physical class එකේ හිටියා වගේ හිතාගන්න. හරි? දැන් පේනවනේ physical class එකත් අපි කතා කරන්නේ මම ගොඩක් වෙලාට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ focus එක ගන්න කතා කරනවා. ඒකින්ද මේ full focus එකේ ඉන්න. මොකද ඒක practically අපිට physical class එකේ check කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Questions කීපයක් කරනකොට doubts ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්ක discuss කරන්න පුළුවන්. Clear, right? So this is the first thing, right? Okay, now according to our work plan, right? Now I told you in the WhatsApp group, right? So today we are going to start one important lesson, right? Actually, this lesson, series and principle of mathematical induction means, right? Now keep in mind that the value of this content, okay? Now, when we talk about the PO paper, right? Now, if you check some past papers, you can see that, right? The first PO paper question, right? That means the first short question is by principle of mathematical induction always, clear, right? So PMI එකේ මම easily කියනවා PMI එක, right? By the PMI, right? We get some types of questions, right? But the thing is, some are doing PMI quickly than series. එහෙම කරන්න බෑ තමයි. හරිද? Series වල පොඩි idea එකක් ගන්න ඕන, right? After learning some parts of introduction part of the series and different methods of series, we can come up to that principle of mathematical induction, right? That means in the mid of the lesson only, I'm doing the principle of mathematical induction, right? Then after that, we are moving to the other techniques of series, clear, right? Now, the thing is actually, when we compare the pure paper, right? Or mass paper compare check right? See here, right? Especially uh, yeah, if I showed here, right? Uh, Now see, I think you all can see the screen, right? Now you can see that if I compare with the 2019 new syllabus paper question, right? Now see, here we are getting this first question always by the principle of mathematical induction, okay, right? Then the other important idea by the principle knowledge of series, right, is applied here here in the question number 12 part B. Clear, right? Question number 12 part B. Okay. Minimum part. Can you see, right? Here we are given a general term and they asking to simplify this one. Anyone can do this one. Very simple, okay? Right? So මේකත් එක්ක අහන්නේ ළමයි ටිකක් අර මේක ගොඩක් easy question එකක් ඉන්න මේකත් එක්ක අහන්නේ ටිකක් risky question එකක්, okay? Right? Now මේ question එක ළමයි මාර short, right? Actually, if you practice very well, right? If you learn confidently, right? If you learn under the techniques, right? Actually, this can be done within 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Okay, right? Then make it normally up in a 12 minutes, okay, right? But you can do within 5, 6 minutes if you learn the theory properly. Clear, right? හැබැයි මේක තමයි රිස්කිම ගන්න, right? ගොඩක් ළමයිට මේ theory එක ටිකක් tough කියලා තමයි feel වෙන්නේ, right? හැබැයි ඉතින් අපි theoretical discuss කරොත් නම් අවුලක් නැහැ. ඇත්තටම ළමයි මම මගේ class experience එක දැකපු දේ තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට average ළමයිනුත් ඔය part එකට ඔය අන්තිම කාලේ මේ මම කරේ right? හැබැයි මාර confidence, right? ඒක මම කෙලිම point එකටම theories එක්ක කතා කරනවා. ඒ part එකට focus කරොත් කිසිම අවුලක් නැහැ. Clear, right? So therefore, what you have to understand, the series induction according to the marks allocation, right? Series induction 25 marks. You know that, right? 25 marks within 5 minutes, okay? Right, first question, 25 marks, okay? Then in the 12th question, part B, right? Mostly you can get 90 marks, clear, right? It may be between 75 to 9, right? When a main range is pass marking schemes marks rate take a deal, right? Now minimum 75, yeah, minimum 75. Then you can see that 75 and 25. If you put your worst case, right? 75 and 25, right? That means altogether 100 marks. Clear, right? So take a value 100 marks a serious case, right? That means 10% of the POC paper, right? 10% of the PO paper and 5 marks by the total paper. Clear, right? The total paper being 5 marks make a simple word, right? No, එකයි මම කියන්නේ මේක ඇත්තටම දැන් A level combined maths කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද ඒ වුණත් නිකන් ඇත්තටම මේ ෆුට්බෝල් වගේ තමයි. පේනවනේ right sand 90 minutes හරි right ලොකු time එක සමහරට එක බෝල් එකයි. ඒක මාර වැලියු එකක්. තේරුණා? හරි. දැන් ක්‍රිකට් වල එහෙම ගත්තොත් 300 400 runs ගන්න පුළුවන්. තේරුණා? හරි. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා right ෆුට්බෝල් එච්චර famous ඒක වගේ ඒක කියන ඒ ෆන් එකේ ඉඳන් right රන් එක වගේ තමයි ළමයි මේකෙත් මේ අපි compare කරත් එහෙම football something like combined maths, right? cricket වගේ තමයි edexcel maths. edexcel වල ලොකු marks ටිකක් papers value කරලා දෙන්න ලොකු marks ටිකක් part by part ගන්න පුළුවන්. Clear, right? So therefore what you have to understand, here 10 marks is a real value. Clear, right? And anyway, you can score that one easily. Clear, right? This is the thing. Okay, right. Okay. Now, when you are doing this one, actually, some students ask, how do we manage the uh, actual writing books, right? Now, you know that in pure mathematics, we have done differentiation and application. So we are doing optimization problems these days. Clear? You can continue that book with integration. Okay, right? You can call them calculus, right? You so limits, derivatives, integration, right? So you can maintain that book for calculus separate. Okay, but this is induction, series, this whole content can be done with a different book, right? එතකොට මේකත් එක්ක තව ඉස්සරහට binomial, right? ඊට පස්සේ matrices ඕනනම් ඒවටත් මේක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Clear, right? Especially under algebra. Clear, right? Now keep in mind that series and induction under algebra. Okay, right? You know that no, we have 4 parts in pure maths, right? Algebra, trigonometry, and calculus, coordinate geometry. Clear, right? So therefore, this is under algebra. Clear, right? Okay, now you can maintain a different book, right? Or else, if you don't have a new book now, you can write on papers, right? පස්සේ book එක ලියලා download නෑනේ. Right. ඒක තමයි පළවෙනි case, right? Okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. Then right now, the main topic is series. Okay, right? Series. Under that, you can write sequences, right? Sequences, right? Sequence. Now, the other thing, right? මේක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මම මෙන්න මේ part එක ඔයාලත් එක්කලා share කරනවා. හරි? Pure maths 2. දැන් මේ ළමයි මේ බලන්නකො මේවා ළමයි පොඩ්ඩක් motivate කරන්න, right? Right. Okay. Then everyone, sequence and series can be found in nature and can be used to model population growth or decline or the spread of virus. Clear, right? That we have the දැන් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඔයාලා හිතන්නකෝ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිකල් ඉංජිනේරින් කරනවා කියලා. දැන් ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිකල් ඉංජිනේරින් වලදී ගොඩක් වෙලාවට සීරීස් නොලෙජ් එක යූස් වෙනවා, right? දැන් ඔයාලා අතන අපි A levels කාලේ කතා කරනවට වැඩිය ඔය Excel ළමයි කවුරුත් ස්ටඩි කරනවා, right? But you learn that content in the university first year, right? The university first year ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙනවා Maclaurin series, Taylor series අන මම කියලා තියෙනවා, හරි? A level content එක ඕකේ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒවා කෙලින්ම formula basis, right? ඔයාලට define කරලා දෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඊට පස්සේ summations වලට තව formula තියෙනවා, right? So you can apply questions very easily, but you have to have that A-level idea of series, clear, right? So that means there are lots of applications in different streams, right? අපි හිතන්නේ නිකන් මොකක්ද ඉගෙන ගන්න මොකටද study කරන්න වගේ idea එකක් නෙවෙයි, right? But when we go for engineering, you can understand how nicely they are applicable, clear, right? Okay, then now first we have to understand, right? What does mean a sequence, right? Now simply, if I ask, right? If I ask to write down the next few numbers, okay? Can you tell me the next three numbers, right? Now, in next three numbers of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What does that start කරගම නිකන් හරියෝ වෙන්නේ joke එකක් වගේ හිතෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, right? 5, 6, 7, right? We can read out the next three numbers very easily, clear, right? Right? Then second one, right? If I take actually 1, right? Then 3, 5, 7, right? Yeah, anyone can write the series, clear, right? Because 1, 3, 5, 7 means you can see that 9, 11, right? Then 13, right? It goes always 2 by 2, no, right? The difference between any two consecutive terms is 2, right? That means a kind of arithmetic sequence, clear, right? Right, now third one, right? Third one, if you go for, right? Yeah, 1, 4, 9, 16. Then you can, right? If I write 1, 4, 9, sometimes you may be having it out, right? If I wrote up to 1, 4, 9, 16, and now okay, no? That means what are the next numbers? 25, 36, right? 49, like that. Clear? Okay, next one, right? If I gave you, right, this one, here, actually 1, then 2, 4, 8. Now you can say, right, now next number 16, 32, 64, clear, right? Then if I take next one, right, 1, minus 3, plus 9, minus 27, and then you can see that plus 81, minus 243, and plus 729, like that. Okay, right? What happens? Did you observe these two carefully, right? That means the next consecutive term multiplied by the common ratio, right? So that means they are geometric series, right? See, when you divide minus 3 by 1, minus 3. 9 by minus 3, minus 3. There's a common ratio, okay, right? Now, if I take next one, right, the sixth series, right? Now, 1, okay, 1, right? Then 2, okay. Next one, 5, okay. Next one, 26, right? Okay, now can you tell me the next number? What is the next number? Who found? Raise your hand those who found the next number. Go. ඉක්මනට පුළුවන්. All right. Okay. Yes, this is correct. Type your answer if you found it. Yes. No. 105 is wrong. Yeah, correct answer in different places. Yes, yes, yes. Right, correct. That means you identified the pattern, right? Actually, the next number is 677. No, because you can see that the next number is 26 squared plus 1. Okay, right? 26 squared plus 1. That means how come this 2? 1 squared plus 1, right? How come this 5? 2 squared plus 1, right? How come this one? 5 squared plus 1. That means previous number squared plus 1 is the next number, right? Can you see the difference? The first series 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple, right? But when we come to this one, yeah, it's a challenge. Okay? Again, the ළමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දැන් government ඔගොල්ලෝ අහලා සමහර SLAs exams කියලා කියනවා, right? එතකොට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට CS exam කියලා කියනවා, right? government competitive exams වලට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට IQ test කියන්නේ, right? ඒතර IQ test වල එක part එකක් තමයි number practice. clear? දැන් මම වගේ මම මුල්ම කාලේ ඩිග්‍රී එක ගත්ත ගමන්ම මගේ බැච් එකේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය ඔය government exams වල prepare වුණා. හරි? ඒකේ result එකක් විතර දැන් මගේ බැච් එකේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා government වල ගොඩක් වෙලාවට government එකේ ඕල දාන ministry වල secretaries ලා. ගොඩක් සෑහෙන ලොකු power එකක් තියෙනවා ඒගොල්ලොන්ට. ඇත්තටම හොඳ position එකක් ඒක government body එකේ, right? ඒ වගේ මොකද කරලා ඇති AG කියලා කියන්නේ AG එලා, right? ඒකට ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් පොසිෂන්ස් වලට යන්න තමයි ඇත්තටම ඩිග්‍රී එකක් පස්සේ එක්සෑම් එකක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඉතින් අවුල තිබ්බේ මොකද? ගවර්න්මන්ට් සැලරි එක අඩුයිනේ. right? ඒනට දැන් ටික ඒගොල්ලන්ට සැලරි ඉම්ප්‍රූව්මන්ට්ස් දෙන අතර මේක වෙන්න ඕන. හරි? පහුගිය කාලේ අපි දැකපු දෙයක් තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කොච්චර IQ level එක තිබ්බත් මිනිහෙක් උනා සමහරට O level fail politician කෙනෙක්ගේ instructions තමයි follow කරන්න වෙලා තිබෙන්නේ. හරිද? හැබැයි දැන් නම් එහෙම නැහැ. අපිට සමහර තැන්වල පේනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් වැඩ කරනවා. හරි? ඒගොල්ලෝ අන්තිම අපි දන්නේ නැහැ හැමෝම මේක කරනවාද කියලා. හරි? හැබැයි ඔය පොසිෂන්ස් කියලා කියන්නේ මාර IQ එකක් knowledge එකක් එක්ක තියෙන පොසිෂන්ස්. okay? right? එතකොට ළමයි දැන් අනේ එක්සෑම්ස් වලටත් ඔය එක එක නම්බර් පැටර්න්ස් තියෙනවා. right? මමත් ඔය යාළුවෝ දීලා ප්‍රොටෝකෝල්ස් වගේ ස්ටඩි කරා. ඔය රැල්ලට කට්ටිය මේ ක්ලාසස් යනවා. එතකොට හැබැයි ළමයි මට solid idea එකක් තිබ්බා මම government job එකකට යන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. හරි? ඒකෙන්ද මම ඇත්තටම ඒක නිකන් ඔය රැන්ඩම්ලි බැලුවා විතරයි. මම දැක්කා ඒකේ නම්බර් පැටර්න්ස් සමහරවල් තිබ්බා. හරි? I mean, then you have to continue with it. Okay, fine. Okay, then anyway, so you can see that the next number should be 26 square plus 1 square plus 1. Okay, right? Then, so something like that. Okay, right? Okay, the last sequence, right? The last sequence. The last sequence, right? 1, okay? Again, 2, right? That means 1, 2, then you get 9. Okay, right? Then 730. Yeah, what should be the next number? Quickly, what should be the next number? Or else, type the pattern you found. Who found the pattern? Nice. The first one who found it, Desandu. Then, yes, Akita. Right, okay, good. Yeah, right. That means what we can see here, right? We'll do one more. Yes. What is the number? 389,017,001, right? That's nice, right? Then somehow mathematical sides අනම් මම ඒවත් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ සමහරලාට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට password එකක් type කරන්න ඕන. ඒ password එක type කරන්න number pattern එකක් දෙනවා, right? So you are given the number pattern and find the next number, right? Which will be the password to enter to this site, okay? Right? ඒ වගේ නිකන් එක එක දේවල් තියෙනවා. clear, right? ඒක මට මතකයි මමයි යාළුවෙකුයි ඒ කාර්යය හරි එතකොට ඔයාලා පැටර්න් එකක් දැකලා අපි ඒක කැච් කරලා ඊට පස්සේ අපි type කරාට පස්සේ enter වෙච්ච ගමන් congratulations, you are the first Sri Lankan who won this who found this password අනම් මම කිව්වා ඒක දන්නවනේ right එහෙම තියෙනවා හරි. But anyway, now you can see that actually 730 cube, right? 730 cube 730 cube plus 1, right? It's the next number, right? It's a very big number with many digits. Clear, right? So that means next one should be 730 cube plus 1 cube plus 1, right? That's the series. Clear? That's the sequence. Okay. Now we have written few sequences, right? Then we have to understand actually what does mean a sequence, right? The most important thing when we are going to study series, right? We have to identify the definition of each word, right? ඒක ඇත්තට maths වල හැමදාම තියෙන එකක් නේ. Right? Especially ඔයා science කරනවා නම්, right? Maths, physics, chemistry හරි IT හරි ඕනම එක හරි. Right? A level time එකේදී අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම හැම word එකක්ම definition එකත් එක්ක දැනගන්න. clear? නිකන් මේ කිව්වේ හින්දා මාත් කිව්වා. ඒක හොඳයි යාළුවගේ නමකට. හරි? කාලු කවුරු හරි යාළුවෙක් අර යාළුවාට නමක් කියනවා. හරි? අපිත් ඒක කියනවා. හරි? අපි නම් කැම්පස් එකේදී සමහර වෙලාවට ඒ නම දැන් මේ කියලා මත අහනවා. clear, right? But normally නමක් දැම්මොත් අපි වැඩි ආගියු කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකගේ නම. clear, right? But when we do in mathematics, we have to understand the meaning of each and every word. Clear, right? So therefore, we are going to define series, but first word is sequences. Then tell me what is a sequence? What does mean a sequence? Actually, a sequence means, right, a pattern of numbers. Yeah, right? A sequence means pattern of numbers. Okay, right? A pattern of numbers such that you can express the next numbers in the pattern. Clear, right? Now see, if I give these things, you can continue the next numbers. Clear, right? A pattern of numbers is called a sequence. Can you understand? Right. Now is the most important thing, right? Then lamai mara easy. Me lesson එක ගයිදන්නද ගොඩක් easy වෙන reason, right? You know that when you do quadratics, we are learning quadratics in the real number system. Okay? එතකොට ඉතින් ලේසි නෑනේ. real number system එක කිව්ව ගමන් ගමන්ට right? real number system එක කිව්ව. x is a number. X is a real number. කිව්වම right? ඔක්කොම numbers ටික ඔළුවට එනවා, right? But actually series induction, this lesson mainly based on the positive integers number set. That is very easy. The first positive integer is 1. Second positive integer is 2, 3, right? Mostly we are using positive integers, right? That doesn't mean we are using for integers for simplification always. Fraction right? But you know that when we read out the numbers, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, we read out the terms by their position. No? So we don't have that 1.5th term. We don't have that 1.2th term. Can you understand, right? That means we don't have decimal terms, right? So that's why I told that this lesson mainly based on the positive integers set. Clear, right? So therefore it's very easy. Clear, right? Right. That means we identified what is a sequence, right? Then we know that sequences are series are based on the positive integers system. Clear, right? Okay, then write down the definition, right? A pattern of numbers a pattern of numbers, a pattern of numbers is called a sequence. A pattern of numbers is called a sequence. A pattern of numbers is called a sequence, right? Right, okay. Then, හරි. ආගන්නකො දැන් ඊළඟට ඔයා මේ series study කරනකොට දැන් මෙතන මම මේ sequences ටිකක් ලියුවට හරි. Right, although I wrote sequence here, right? You don't meet that all the infinite types of sequences in this syllabus, okay? නැත්තම් ඔයාලට හිතෙන්න පුළුවන් right ඒ කියන්නේ හැටියට දැන් මට මාර වැඩේනේ මට මාර IQ එකක් තියෙනවනේ මේ number pans ටික ඔක්කොම දැනගන්න. එහෙම නැහැ. Clear, right? That's the first condition, okay? Right, if you want to do this series question successfully, right? That all the series are mainly, right, by the knowledge of arithmetic sequences. Okay, right? Again, arithmetic, geometric. Clear, right? ඔන්න ඔය කියන ඒ වගේ extensions විදියට තමයි යන්නේ. Right? ඔයා O-level කාලේ study කරේ arithmetic, geometric, right? Clear? Additionally, පොඩි part එකක් තියෙනවා, right? Recurrence relations, right? ඒකත් ළමයි පොඩ්ඩක් ඔය knowledge එක විතරයි ගන්න ඕනේ, especially 2023 question, right? 2023 induction question came by the recurrence relations, right? සමහර ළමයි ඔය ගන්න උත්තරත් අරන් එන්නේ. හැබැයි උන් දන්නේ ඒක recurrence relation කියලාවත්. තේරුණාද? හරි? එහෙමයි අපේ ලංකාවේ maths එක කියන්නේ. patterns ටිකක් දීලා ගණන් ටිකක් හදපුවාම ළමයිට ගණන් පුළුවන්. knowledge එක theory මොකුත් නැහැ. ඒ type එකේ ගණන් ටිකක් පුළුවන්. හරි? ඒව සින් නැහැ. සමහර තැන් වල තියෙන්නේ. right? ඒ තමයි ඒක. මොකද අහගන්න මේක theory එකක් තියෙන්නේ. clear? Right? Right. Okay. Now, you know that here, especially when we categorize, right? So these are what? Arithmetic, no? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4 also arithmetic because there's a common difference. Okay. Now this is square numbers, no? Just a pattern, right? But when we come to this set, yeah, right? When we come to this set, 1 and here, yeah, right? These are geometric, yeah, right? Geometric sequences, okay? Here arithmetic sequences, okay? Right here. Now, these two are called recurrence relation. Okay? Recurrence. Because recurrence, what does mean recurrence? Reoccurrence, right? Reoccurrence means the previous should be occurred. Clear? You can never find this term if you don't know the previous term. Right? But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I ask what is the 100th term, you don't need to know the 99th term to find out the 100th term, right? Here 100th term is 100. Clear, right? But when we come to this one, the third term is fifth one because of the second term is second, right? 2, okay? Now, this one is 26 because of the previous term is 5, right? That means you can find out this term if you know this previous term. Can you understand, right? So that's why recurrence, reoccurrence terms in a sequence. Clear, right? Recurrence terms of a sequence. Clear, right? Okay, so shall we categorize these things, right? This is just square numbers, no? Right? Recurrence. Recurrence terms. Otherwise, just you can write recurrence relations, right? Recurrence relations. Right, done. Arithmetic sequence, right? Third one is square numbers. 4 and 5 geometric sequences. And 6 and 7 recurrent relations, right? Right, okay. Next one, write down uh, the summation of a sequence is called a series, right? Write down clearly. The summation of a sequence, right? මේ වචන හරියට තේරුම් ගන්න අපි නම් ඇත්තටම මේ වන්ද වචන කියලා ඉබ්බෙත් හරියට ඩිෆයින් කරලා right මාරම easy මාරම comfortable word එක හරියට define කරලා තිබ්බා right the summation of a sequence is called a series right the summation of a sequence is called a series right that means as an example if you write 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to this clear. Otherwise, if you write 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus, yeah, right? That means if you write like this, clear? Oh, this is a series. You can understand, right? This is a series, right? Because a sequence with plus, right? Yeah, sometimes we can have plus minus separately as an example, right? If you have 1 plus 2, anyway, 1 minus 2 plus, then 3 minus 4 plus, you can have like this plus minus together, clear, right? The plus terms, minus terms, right? Right? You can separate plus terms and minus terms as a different two series, clear? Right, now take some examples, right? The summation of a sequence is called a series. You wrote it, no? Right? Then take examples, right? හරියටම දැනගන්න. මෙයා තමයි series එක. මෙයා තමයි sequence එක. Clear? Right? Now, in all levels, you studied arithmetic progressions, right? Actually, progressions also, right? If I define progressions, it's progressing, right? Progression, right? Now, see, it's an arithmetic progression, right? It's an arithmetic progression, right? But I don't know whether it is with plus or minus, okay, right? sequence එකක් progression එකක් කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්, series එකක් progression එකක් කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? But hereafter we don't meet the word progression, right? We meet exactly sequences and series. Okay? Okay, then write down we identified what is a sequence and what is a series. Okay. Now, you know that in O levels, you studied like this, right? Actually, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n, right? If you stop at the last term, right? Actually, we can write it as, right? By sigma notation. Can you understand, right? Sigma notation. Then we write r from 1 to n and here r. Clear? Then while the ekale right, when you do in all levels, right? Sometimes you know the theory, sometimes you just copy it and identify the through the patterns, right? මේක ලියුව සමහරට pattern එක තේරුම් ගන්න වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Clear? But now we are talking theoretically, right? What does mean the general term? What does mean the sigma notation? Clear? So these two words are also very important. Clear? Right? Write down the general term of a series. 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 Right. Now, we have to understand what does mean the general term. Okay, right? What does mean the general term, right? Now, in all levels, you define the general term is TR. R term, clear, right? TR, okay? TR equals A plus N minus what? Yeah, that means A minus divide correct? N R minus 1 into D. Tn equals A plus N minus 1 into D. Here, N term. Clear, right? Tn equals A plus N minus 1 into D. I'm going to define correct, clear, right? But when we come to this A level, right, we define the general term by R, right? And usually we use, right, UR, VR, WR, FR, right? Here, FR. And remember, we defined FR. Now, for our convenience, we write it as FR, right? Here, right? Now, the function of U, right? Function of R, U is a function of R, right? So that was written as UR for our convenience. Clear, right? So that's the simple idea, okay, right? But mostly we are defining the UR, VR, WR, FR. So the other important thing, actually, these notations are not only for A-level local syllabus, right? For every syllabus, what I have seen, clear? Then ගොඩක් වෙලාවට Indian syllabus, ඒ හැම එකකම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒගොල්ලෝ UR, VR, WR use කරලා තියෙනවා. Clear, right? So here in A-levels also we define general term by UR. Clear, right? Now, what does it mean? You know that 1, 2, 3, accordingly, what is the R term? R term is R. Clear, right? R term is R. That means if you can write the term according to the position, number one, right? If you can write the term according to the position. Now, here in this example, position and term both are same because UR is R. Clear? But if I take like this, see, then 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus, okay? Now, can you see that the first term is 3, right? The second term is 4. The third term is 5, right? How do you write 3 in terms of 1? Because first term, how do we write 4 in terms of 2, right? How do we write 5 in terms of 3? That means if you could write this number in terms of the position, right? That is called the general term. Did you understand? So that means we can write it as here UR, okay? UR equals, see, actually there's a common gap, right? That means the difference between any two consecutive terms is 1, right? So therefore, we can see that actually R plus 2, yes or no? Right? If you want to take U1, right? U1, 1 plus 2. U2, 2 plus 2. U3, 3 plus 2, right? U1 is 3, U2 is 4, U3 is 5. That means we have the term in terms of the position. Clear, right? Did you understand? Now, general term right? If you write the general term, we should be able to write the term in terms of the position, right? If you want to take the 10th term, right, you have to substitute R equal 10 and you have to get the value. Clear, right? Okay, now, if I take this one, okay, right, I'll take few more examples, right? Here, 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10, okay? Right. Now, what is the general term? Right. Then what can tackle general term in common 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10, right? First one, second one, third one, fourth one, right? Then make a misunderstanding in that one. You are good there, right? 2 plus, okay? Then 2 plus 9 plus, okay? 16 plus 23 plus. Please type your answers quickly for the third and fourth. Yeah. UR equals R plus 3. No, that's wrong. R plus 7. No, that's wrong. Who else? Then can what are the answers to R plus 8. For which one? Third one. For the fourth one. R plus 8. Wrong. Raise hand those who found the term here. For the third one, 3R minus 2. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. Then we have to have a technique now. Then මේකත් ඔයාලගේ IQ එකෙන් answers දෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? දැන් එලෙවල් maths එක ගොඩ දාගන්න අපිට IQ එකක්. එහෙම දැන් සමහරවිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් අපිට නැත්te එහෙම හිතන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. හරිද? මේ අර certain IQ level එකක්. ඕනේ IQ level එක ඔයා O level කාලේ measure කරලා තියෙන්නේ. හරි? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ barrier එක cut කරලා තියෙන්නේ. right? IQ level එක yes, 7R minus 5, correct. Right? Again, always call minimum BC කියලා කිව්වේ එකයි. තේරුණා හරි? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ result එකත් එක්ක minimum IQ level එක ඒක තමයි. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ explain කරන දේවල් හරියට catch කරලා වැඩ කරන්න. Clear? Right. Then now actually here there's a technique. Clear? Right? There's a technique. I told you earlier that this A-level series mainly after your knowledge in O-levels, right? ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಬಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ O-level can study करे arithmetic and geometric series. Clear, right? You didn't learn any other series. That means in A-level concepts are based on O-level knowledge, right? But mainly right? If you write the general term, right? You have to write these all by the knowledge of arithmetic. Clear, right? Now I will tell you how did you decide this first and second. Clear, right? Now can you see that the gap, otherwise the difference between two consecutive terms, okay? If you take the difference between two consecutive terms, which is 1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. That means you can write actually the general term in R type. R coefficient is 1. Yeah? 1 into R. Difference in 1 kilocan, 1 into R time. Clear? Now when we put R equals 1, we check whether we get first term or not. Right? When we put R equals 1, yes, we get the first term. Right? When we put R equals 2, yes, we get the second term. Clear? In the general term, R. Right? Now, when we come to this one, the gap between the two consecutive terms, the common difference, no? Right? The difference between the two consecutive terms is 1, right? 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. Clear? The difference between two consecutive terms is 1 means actually R time. 1 into R time. Clear? That difference between two consecutive terms only here, coefficient, okay? 1 into R, right? Then when we put R equals 1, we check whether we get the first term or not, right? 1 into 1, 1. But here, 3, okay? 1 into 2, 2. But here, 4, right? That means, what do we do? When we compare with the first term, we can add 2, right? Can you understand? If you added 2, then you can see that when we put R equals 1, 1 plus 2, 3 first term, right? Here 2 plus 2, 4 second term, right? Then 3 plus 2, 5 third term. Simple. Clear, right? Then again social media make a technique. Clear, right? Then simply now here you can see that, right? 137. Clear, right? Complex දේවල් simple text වලින් explain කරන name අපිට right? So something like that. Here the difference between two consecutive terms is 3. So therefore we write here you are in the 3R type. Okay, it's in the form of 3R. Clear, right? Then we can see that when we put R equals 1, here 1, right? But here we get 3. When we put R equals 1, 3 into 1, 3, but here it's 1, right? That means if you subtracted 2, right, then you get actually 3 into 1 minus 2 is 1, right? Now see, when we put R equals 2, 3 into 2 minus 2 is 4, right? 3 into 3 minus 2 is 7, right? That means we can take all the terms using these terms. Clear, right? Therefore, we have to understand what does mean the general term. Clear? The main method we had here. Right? According to this one, can't you find out the 100th term? We put R equals 100. 300 minus 2, 298. Clear, right? That's how we get the Rth term, right? Now in the fourth one, right? You can see that UR equals, clear, right? UR equals, what is the gap? 2, 9, 9, 16, 16, 23. The gap is 7. That means 7 into R time. Clear? Then you can see that when we put R equals 1, 7 into 1 is 7, but here 2, right? That means what do we do? We subtract 5. Clear? Right? 7 into 1 minus 5 is 2. 7 into 2, 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 into 3, 21 minus 5, 16. Therefore, 7R minus 5 is the general term. Did you understand? That's how we find the general term, right? Now, actually, not only that's how we find, right? You have to understand what does mean the general term, right? Clear? What is general term called? The term according to the position, right? If you want to take the 10th term, you can find by this. Okay. Right. Now I'm moving to another set of terms. Okay. Right. Fifth one. 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4. Okay. Then tell me what is this one, right? Then sixth one. 1 into 2 into 3 plus 2 into 3 into 4 plus 3 into 4 into 5. See, actually 1 into 2 into 3 6. 2 into 3 into 4 actually 24. Then we are the series 6 plus 24 plus, right? Here 12 into 5 60. Right? Please keep in mind that. Clear? Right? Yeah, we are the terms figure 6 plus 24 plus 60. මම කිව්වේ ඒක කොහොමද ළමයි හොයාගන්න එකපාරට මෙතන මේ ළමයාගේ පැටර්න්ස් හොයාගන්න IQ එක හොයන්න නෙමෙයි යන්නේ clear therefore you never get like this right you get in this form clear fine and the seventh one okay 1 into 3 into 5 plus 3 into 5 into 7 plus okay right then actually 5 into 7 into 9 plus in those times. Okay, right? Then 8th one, right? 1 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, plus 5, 2, 5, 7 plus 3 into 8 into 11 plus it goes like. Now please tell me what are the general terms of 6, 7, 8? For the 6th one, 18 or minus 12. Eighteen r minus 12. 18 r minus 12. But you don't get the third term. 18 r minus 12 means 18 into 3, 54. 54 minus 12 is not 60, right? No, it's wrong again. For the fifth one is 4r minus 2. No. Then I want to. What is the black part? The part take up color and I'll take a price or I'm like up the banning it. No, it's not correct, right? Now when we come to these, right, we compare the terms, right, again by the knowledge of arithmetic sequences. Clear, right? So how do you think, right? Now can you see here 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4. Yeah, right? That means if you compare the first positions, right? මෙයාකට මේකේ concept එක. මේ terms create කරන method එක තමයි මේ first terms ටික separated set එක, right? 2, 3, 4 is another separated terms. Clear, right? So that means what do we see here? When we compare the first terms, right? Can you see they have the characteristics of the arithmetic series? Otherwise, yeah, arithmetic series characteristics, right? Arithmetic sequences characteristics, right? 1, 2, 3. The gap is 1. 2, 3, 4. The gap is 1. Clear, right? That means we have corresponding terms. 1, 2, 3. They are the corresponding terms, right? 2, 3, 4. They are the corresponding terms, right? 3, 4, 5. Clear? Here 1, 3, 5. 3, 5, 7. 5, 7, 9. Clear? Right? They are the corresponding terms. Okay? So therefore, if you are going to say the general terms, right? Here in the fifth one, right? In the fifth one, UR is 1, 2, 3 gap is 1. So 1 into R time. That means R, right? Other one is R plus 1. Okay? R into R plus 1. Okay? Then here in the sixth one, right? You can see that similarly, UR means R into R plus 1 into R plus 2. Clear, right? R into R plus 1 into R plus 2, right? Now, when you go to the seventh one, you will be having UR. Clear? 1, 3, 5. What is the gap? 1, 3, 5. The gap is 2, right? 2 into R time. Okay? When we put R equals 1, you get 2, but here we should have 1. That means 2R minus 1. Okay? Then 3, 5, 7, right? 3, 5, 7 means you can see that the gap is 2, then 2R, right? When we put R equals 1 for the first term, second position of the first term, when we put R equals 1, 2 into 1, 2, but here 3. That means 2R plus 1. Okay? Then when we go to the third positions, 5, 7, 9, the gap is 2, that means 2R. Okay, right? 2R. Therefore, when we put R equals 1, 2 into 1, 2. But here we should have 5, that means 2 plus 3. Okay? Now, the general term actually 2R minus 1 into 2R plus 1 into 2R plus 3. Okay? So, there's a theory behind that. Both ඊළඟට ළමයි අර advanced applications මාර simple වෙන්නේ මේ විදිහට form එක ලිව්වා. Clear, right? So that's why we write in different numbers that means actually arithmetic form. Clear? Right. Now I think by this idea you can write 8th one general term. Clear? Similarly, find 9 and 10th also. Clear? Okay, start quickly. You can copy down 5, 6, 7. Then in the ninth one, right? Then in the ninth one, 2, 3, 4 plus 5, 5, 5, right? Plus 8, 7, 6 plus 11 into 9 into 7 plus it goes like this. In the 10th one, 1 node, 1 into 2 into 3 plus 1 node, 2 into 4 into 5 plus 1 over 3 into 6 into 7. Find your general terms and type here. In the eighth one, r into 2r plus 1 into 4r minus 1. There's something you have to check it again for the eighth one. So 4 minus 1 is correct. R is correct. Other one is gap is 3, right? In the ninth one, 3r minus 1, 2r plus 1, r plus 3. Correct. Correct, Amrita. Nice, right. Everyone can find it, right? Yes, good. Right. Okay. I think you all can find it now, right? Then here UR equals, when we compare the first corresponding terms, right? 1, 2, 3, the gap is 1, then R, right? When you put R equals 1, you get the first term correct, right? Then 2, 5, 8, the gap is 3, then 3R, right? When we put R equals 1, you get 3, but here 2, that means 3R minus 1, right? Then here you can see that 3, 5, 11, right? 3, 7, 11. 3, 7, 11 means gap is 4, right? Then we put 4R type. You can see that R into 1. Here R equals 1 means 4 into 1, 4. But here 3, that means 4 minus 1. Then correct. UR equals R into 3R minus 1 into 4R minus 1, right? Who got this? Okay. Right. Good. Then when we go to the ninth one, right? The ninth one, UR equals, right? You can see that 2, 5, 8. The gap is 3. That means 3R minus 1, right? 2, 5, 8. Then here 3, 5, 7. That means actually gap is 2, then 2R plus 3, right? No, 2r plus 1, right? 3, 5, 7, okay? Then next one, the third term, 4, 5, 6, the gap is 1, then r plus 4, right? So you will be having 3r minus 1 into 2r plus 1 into r plus 4, okay, right? So that's the general term, right? Now, according to this pattern, if I ask what is the 20th term, so you can substitute 20 here, clear, right? Then very simple, right? Next, the 10th one, right? The 10th one, you get UR here, right? That means actually 1 over, okay, right? So we have some rational terms also, right? 1 over 1, 2, 3 means R, then 2, 4, 6 means 2R, right? And the other one 3, 5, 7, right? 3, 5, 7 means 2R plus 1. Who got this one? 1 over R into 2R into 2R plus 1. R plus 3, not R plus 4. ISS, here it's R plus 3, right? It should be R plus. So these are the general terms. Clear? Now, simple no, right? Now, what are they going then ගොඩක් ළමයි general term එක කිව්වහම නිකන් අර patterns එකක් බලන් ඉඳලා ඒ patterns එක්ක decide කරන්න යනවා, right? How to කියන part එක නෑ, right? clear, right? ඉතින් හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න. observation එකක් කරලා result එකක් කියන එක නෙමෙයි මේ maths කියලා කියන්නේ, right? pattern එක theoretically catch කරලා ඊට පස්සේ decide කරන්න, right? So therefore, you can see that here, when we have the set of numbers in a single term, we will be giving, right? We will be getting according to a particular theory, right? What is the theory? These are the corresponding terms, right? ඒක තමයි මේකේ concept එක, right? Corresponding terms, clear, right? දැන් ඕක මම නිකන් ඉස්සර experience එකක් කියන්න ළමයි හරිද? දැන් මම නිකන් මෙහෙම pattern එකක් දීලා there are r plus 1, r plus 2, right? If you are given like this, you can give to like r plus 1, r plus 2, right? After giving this one, if I ask this one, right? So you think r plus 2, r plus 4. සමහර ළමයි decide කරලා තියෙනවා මෙතන දිහා බලලා මේක series එකක් කියලා, right? r plus 2, r plus 4. Completely wrong, okay? clear, right? දැන් අපිට ජූටි කාලේ එහෙම මොකුත් ගන්නේ නැහැ. ඒවා මොකුත් එහෙම conditions, concepts move කියලා නෑ. ඔය නිකන් pattern එක කරලා අපිට think කරා ඉතින්. තේරුණාද? හරි. මේ හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න මේ ඕක තමයි theoretical idea. clear, right? Right. Anyway, then I think you all are okay with this one, right? Then we can go for the next one, the next important concept, sigma notation, right? Write down sigma notation. Sigma notation. Right, sigma notation, okay? What does mean this sigma notation? Actually, you have to understand, right? If you are given sigma ur, r from 1 to 8, clear? Actually, this is one particular short form of writing all the terms. Sometimes there are n number of terms, sometimes there are infinite number of terms. දැන් ඔයාලට infinite number of terms ලියන්න කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම මේ ලෝකෙ වෙන ජොබ් එකක් කරන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ සීරීස් එකේ ඉන්ෆිනිටි ටර්ම්ස් ටික ලියලා ඉන්න වෙනවා right මරණකම ලියන්න වෙනවා ඊළඟ ආත්මෙත් ලියන්න වෙනවා තව ආත්ම ගානක් කල්ප ලක්ෂයක් යනකම් ලියන්න වෙනවා clear right so එතකොට මැත්ස් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක කෙලින්ම ස්ටොප් කරා right ආය වෙන මොකක්ද තේරෙනවද හරි so therefore we can't write all the terms manually right but we can generate that all the terms theoretically clear right so මාර important මොකද right දැන් ඉන්ඩක්ෂන් වලට ගියාම මම වර කියන්න right maths වා ස්ටඩි කරාට පස්සේ ඔව් කෙනෙකුට ලයිෆ් ටයිම් කරන වැඩේ අපිට ඕනම් seconds වලින් කරන්න පුළුවන් clear right ඒක තමයි මේ ලෝකේ difference එක තේරෙනවද right okay so therefore now what does mean the sigma u are from 1 to 8 right so you can see that it's a particular actually process when we put r equals 1 here you get u1 sigma just like a machine ඔය agriculture machines දැකලා තියෙනවනේ right ඔයාලා දැකලා තියෙනවා advanced agriculture systems වල right plant ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඔය පොඩි plants ටික venom tray එක තියලා තියෙනවා right ඊට පස්සේ field එකේ machine එක යනවා right එක machine එකකින් කැවිල්ම පොඩි hole එකක් හැරෙනවා plastic අයින් වෙනවා පැලේ වැටෙනවා තේරෙනවද හරි පැල හදන එක පවා ළමයි machineries කරලා තියෙනවා හරි ඒක මාර ඇඩ්වාන්ස් දෙයක් ලෝකේ ඒ වගේ දැනගෙන ඉන්නකොට අපි තාම මේ කුඹුරු මුරන් එහෙම නැත්නම් ගොඩක් ලෑන්ඩ්ස් තියෙනවා කිසිම ප්‍රයෝජනයක් නැතුව ඔය නිකන් යන හරි නැත්නම් ලංකාවේ ඇග්‍රිකල්චර් පැත්ත කියන එකේ මම දකින්නේ ඇග්‍රිකල්චර් පැත්තේ අපි ඉන්නේ සාම 0+ ඩෙල්ටා right ලංකාව වගේ රටක ඇග්‍රිකල්චර් ඩෙවලොප් කරන්න පුළුවන් up to positive infinity එකක් clear right තාම වෙනකොට ඩෙල්ටා වගේ දරගෙන මොකද ඇඩ්වාන්ස් මැෂිනරිස් නෑ මිනිසුන්ට agriculture කරන්න ගිහම cost එක වැඩි clear right දෙකින් තමයි මිනිස්සු වගාව කරන්නේ ඇත්තට හරි මොකද easily කීයක් හරි පොඩි ගාණක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන ලංකාවේ හදලා තියෙනවා right 3 bill එකක් ගත්ත ගමන් පාරට ගියා හන්දියට ගියා right දවස් ගාණක් කවදර ගත්තා ගෙදරට ආවා ඔය කියන ඊට වඩා දෙයක් නැහැ right මේ වගේ මිනිස්සුම ඩෙවලොප් කරලා නැහැ political background එකේ right but anyway then what I have to understand here this is something like a machine right sigma u1 plus right then u2 sigma always what happened මම කියන එක ගන්නවා plant එකක් හදලා බලක් හදනවා වගේ right he put plus when you put the next term he put plus right that means u1 u2 u3 u4 right it goes up to un clear if you are given the last term here you have to stop by the last term clear right sometimes you can get like this right sigma ur are from 1 to infinity right so if you have its meaning right u1 plus u2 plus u3 up to infinity clear so can we stop by infinity no we have to go up to infinity see very simple clear right we don't need to write that all the terms manually right we can put this symbol the way of writing the terms, right? You can write first few terms and then put 3 dots. It meaning, right? Actually, it's meaning the series goes up to infinity. Clear, right? So this is called a finite series, right? Clear, finite series, right? And this is actually infinite series, right? Clear, right? Finite series and infinite series. Clear, right? So this is the simple idea of sigma notation, okay? But not only that, we have to go for the properties of sigma notation, right? There's a question here. So in the general term, we should write the series with put in what put in commas. In the general term, we should write the series with put in commas. Never, right? Never series keyword kelima plus, right? Sequence with commas. Okay, right? Sequence with commas, okay, right? Okay, right. Then, yeah. After that, right, we can go for sigma notation because what I was talking here, the math series gan mari easy, right? Series question is very easy, okay? But in the last few parts, clear, right? The last few part of the question always asked by the knowledge of the sigma notation. Clear, right? ඒ කියන්නේ මේ sigma කියන එක හරියට manage කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන. හරි? Sigma වල characteristics එකක් තියෙනවා, right? So we are going to discuss properties of sigma, right? But that properties and some experience expected to do the last part of each question. Clear, right? So it's very simple, right? But anyway, we have to go for characteristics of sigma, okay? Right? Now, please write out sigma notation, right? Then especially please put this notation. Sigma UR means U1 plus U2 plus U3 in seventh, there's an answer for the zeroth term. Yeah, if you want, you can define the zeroth term, doesn't matter, Ashish, right? Okay, then also please note that, right? Simply, you know that in always we define SN, right? You know what does mean SN, right? Can you type the meaning of SN if you know? Please, quickly. Type your answer, the meaning of SN. Now, we define that sigma, you are R from 1 to infinity. Okay. R from 1 to infinity. Click, right? Now, who type, what does mean SN? Sum of a progression up to nth term. Sum of n numbers of series. Yes, that's right. ඔගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය මේ ආන්සර් එක ටයිප් කරා නම් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැනගන්නේ. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ මේකේ මිස්ටේක්ස් වෙන්න වැඩි වෙන්න. හරි? මිස්ටේක්ස් වුණාට කිසි අවුලක් නැහැ. ඔබ ස්ටඩි කරන්නේ you are study in front of me, right? ඒක ඔයා ස්ටඩි කරන හින්දා මුල් කාලේ වැරදුනට කිසිම දෙයක් බය වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. හරි? එක්සෑම් එකේදී තමයි මිස්ටේක්ස් වෙන්න බය වෙන්නේ. Clear? Right? Now, if I ask this question, right, and if you all type here, I know that 60-70% get wrong. Yeah, right? So that Vinita, I think, gave the answer as what some of the some of the terms from first to end are name mentioned there with all of them, right? But don't misunderstand, right? This SN means not some of the end terms or whatever, okay? Some of the end terms ඔය භාගෙට නවත්තන්න එපා. එහෙම වුණොත් මේකේ හරියටම idea එක ගන්න බැහැ. Clear, right? So you have to understand carefully what does mean SN, right? SN means sum of the first n terms. Clear, right? sum of the first n terms is called SA, right? එතකොට ඒක තමයි මම හිතුවේ කියලා හිතන්නත් එපා. හරිද? ඔය එක කියද්දි හැමලම කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා sum of the first n terms, right? Mathematically answers දෙනකොට හැමලම උඩම argue කරන්න පුරුදු වෙන්න. Right? So therefore Sn means sum of the first n terms of the series. Clear? Right? Understand carefully. Okay? Right? Then here S infinity means sigma r from 1 to infinity. Clear? Right? Please note this part also. Otherwise, you can write these two in front of this one. Doesn't matter if you have space here, right? Sn means sigma ur r from 1 to n. S infinity means sigma ur r from 1 to infinity. Clear? Sn means sum of the first n terms. If you want, you can write it, okay? Sum of the first n terms. Sum of the first n terms, right? Okay, now write down properties of sigma notation. Properties of sigma notation. Properties of sigma notation. Properties of sigma notation. Properties of sigma notation, right? Okay, now these are very simple, okay, right? Sigma 1, 1 to n, what does it mean? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus how many times? N times, clear? That means what is the summation of 1 for n times? N, clear? Sigma 1 is n from 1 to n, clear, right? The other one, sigma, right? Sigma k, right? R from 1 to n, right? You know that here we don't have a variable, right? K is a real constant, clear, right? If k is a real constant and here the variable is r from 1 to n, what does it mean? Right? The long form of that meaning is k plus how many times? N times. So if so, what is the answer? Right? You know that k, clear, right? Because someone can write, right? Actually, or else you can write here sigma k r from 1 to n means k sigma r from 1 to n of 1. K into 1, clear, right? That means you get kn, clear? That means actually these properties also something like properties of limits, properties with differentiation. Then constant about differentiation is 0, right? If you have a constant with the function, we keep the constant and we differentiate the function, clear, right? So something like that, right? Here, k is a constant means we can get the answer as kn, clear, right? That's the second property, okay? Right. The next one, right? The next one actually, suppose that if, right, m is a number less than n, right? We have both m and n are positive integers, no? Clear, right? Both m and n are positive integers, okay? Wait. Before we move to that one, right? I'll go to the third theory here, right? That means if you have, yeah, right? If you have sigma KUR R from 1 to n, okay? So that means we can write it as K sigma UR R from 1 to n, okay? Right? So these are the properties, okay? Right? If there's a constant, we can take it out, right? But if there's another variable, you can't take it, right? Now, if m is a number less than n, right? Both are positive integers, right? Now, suppose that we have sigma UR R from 1 to m, right? n plus sigma ur r from m plus 1 to n, right? How do you write this one? How do you write this one? So you know that if you have a series with r from 1 to n and n plus 1 to n, right? Something like this, right? Now, there are a few people, right? There are a few people standing here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then sixth one to 10, right? 1 to 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clear? That means 1 to 5 plus 6 to 10 means, okay, right? 1 to 5, 6 to 10 means, right? What? 1 to 10. Clear? Therefore, we can write it as, right, sigma ur r from 1 to n. Got it? Right. So we can, actually, there are some past questions by this idea. Clear? Right? So you can use this theory also, right? I'll take it as the fourth one, right? Then the fifth theory, okay, right? In the fifth theory, if you have sigma ur plus vr, otherwise minus, clear? R from 1 to n, okay? Then we can write it as separately sigma ur r from 1 to n plus, if it is plus, plus here. If it is minus, minus here. Sigma vr r from 1 to n. Clear? These are the basic properties, okay, right? But I'll be doing some furthermore when we do some questions later. Clear, right? Okay, please take this all the properties of sigma equation, right? Right? Then ඔයාලගේ answers වලින් මම කියපු දේවල් හරිනේ? Right? Correct percentage එක. Right? දැන් type කරපු කට්ටියකට answers බලපුවාම sum of the series අර ඒ වගේ අපිට කියවෙනවා. හරි? හැබැයි maths වලදී ඊට පස්සේ ඒ වගේ කියන්න බෑ. හරියටම කියන්න ඕන. Clear? Right. Okay. Then now we can go for different theories quickly, right? So this is the basic note. Clear? Now already the main series again. Now it's 8:53, right? Now more than 1.5 hours. Clear? Right? So we have to have this basic idea properly. This is the foundation, right? මෙන්න මේ ටික හරියට දාගත්තොත් කිසිම අවුලක් නැහැ. මේ lesson එකේ ඊටු ටික easily යන්න පුළුවන්. Clear? Otherwise, if you don't know what does mean sigma notation, right? If you don't know what does mean the general term, how the general term is actually formed, ඔය දේවල් දන්නේ නැතුව ඊට පස්සේ series start කරාට පස්සේ මොකක්වත් අතරම හරියට confidently කරන්න බෑ. Right? දැන් ඒක මේකේ පේන දේ තමයි questions කරන්න කිව්වම right. මම explain කරනවා තේරෙනවා. right. class එකේදී ගානක් හදන්න පුළුවන් වගේ. හැබැයි තනියෙන් කියලා ගානක් හදාගන්න බෑ. එහෙනම් ඒක medium එක අර first lesson එක basics ටික miss වෙච්ච එක. clear? right. ඒක නම් අතර දෙන්නවා දැන් අද මම හිතන්නේ script එකක් තාම action. right. මම ඒගොල්ලන්ට recording එක දෙනවා. හරි. ඉතින් තමුන් දැනගන්න ඕන මේකේ අර ලදරු අවධිය නෙමෙයි. හරි. ඒකෙන්ද දැන් ටිකක් ඇඩ්වාන්ස් මනුස්සයෙක් විදිහට හිතන්න ඕන. ඒ විතරකුත් දැන් ඔයාලට ඇත්තටම තේරෙන්න ඕන නිකන් අපි මොනවා හරි දෙයක් අපි ලයිෆ් එකේදී අපිට හිතන්නකො අපි දැන් අනාගතේදී ජොබ් එකකට යනවා ජොබ් එකක් කරපුවම earn කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා right දැන් ඔයාලට උඩ monthly salary එකක් හම්බෙච්ච ගමන් මේ මුළු මාසෙම expenses ටික කරලා ඉවරයක් කරන්න නෙමෙයි salary එක වට හම්බෙන්නේ right ඔයාගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ ඉස්සරහට තියෙන දේවල් වල ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරගන්න එහෙම නැත්නම් සේව් කරගන්න right ඒවත් එක්ක ඔයාගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ යන තමයි ඔයාට ඒ salary එකක් කරනකොට හරි ඔයාගේ බිස්නස් ඉන්කම් එකක් හරි ඕන දෙයක් හැදෙන්න ඉස්සරහට. හරිද? එතකොට ළමයි දැන් අපිට ඉස්සරහට සේවිංස් ක්ලියර් right සේවිංස් කියන එක පොඩක් ඔළුවේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒකින් තමයි මම මේ ඔන්ලයින් සෙෂන් එකට ආවේ. හරිද? ඒතර අනික් කට්ටියත් හැමෝම එතකොට දැනගන්න ඕන මේ ඩෙඩිකේෂන් එක කරන්න. හරි? මොකද දැන් පර්සනලි මාත් එක්කම වැඩ කරනවා නම් මගෙන් ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙනවා නම් මම ඒ වැඩේ දැන්ම ඔයාලට හොඳ කරලා තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක ඉස්සරහා මාස කීපෙම මේ රිලැක්ස් එකේ හොඳට ටයිමින් ප්ලෑන් කරලා right ඒ කියන්නේ 6 months ඇතුළත අපිට සෑහෙන පාර්ට් එකක් කවර් කරගන්න ප්ලෑන් කරනවා මේක මම කරා right so මේ සේවිංස් එක ගියොත් මම අනිවාර්යෙන් දන්නවා මට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ හොඳ අයිලන්ඩ් රෑන්ක්ස් ටිකක් මේ පාර හදන්න පුළුවන් clear එහෙනම් මම කියන ඉන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් ඒ විදිහට ෆලෝ කරන ළමයි මොකද ඔයගොල්ලොන්ගේ දැන් ෆිසිකල් ක්ලාස් එකේ මම මොඩ කරපු දේවල් කියලා මම කියන්නේ හරි ඔයාලා ගොඩක් කට්ටියට මේ ඉතර මොතම රෑන්ක් එකකට යන්න පුළුවන් හොඳ ඔපචුනිටි එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක මොකක්ද දන්නේ විදිය මොන විදිය මොකද මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ කොර මුල් කාලේ කරපු ඇඩ්වාන්ස් පාර්ට් එකක් ඉඳලා අපි කියන්නේ නම් මේක නම් ඩාවින්ගේ පරිණාමවාදී වගේ හරි අර මේ ජිරාෆ්ලා එන ඉතුරුනා වගේ හරි අර ඒව සෙට් එකක් මොකද දැන් වැඩ කරන සෙට් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකින්ද මේ එහෙම පරිණාමය වෙච්ච සෙට් එක දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒක දැනගන්නවා ඉස්සරහට හොඳටම යන්න. හරිද? ඒක නේ හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න මේ තමයි පුරුදු වෙනු ගන්නවා නෙමෙයි. හරිද? ඕනම ළමයෙක් කියන අපිට ඉන්ඩිවිජුවලි කියන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? එතකොට එයාගේ වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒක ළමයි මේ ඕනම කන්ටැක්ට් වෙන ටීචර් කෙනෙකුට කියන්න කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් සහ කියන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක්. right? මම නිකන් සිම්පලි කියන්නේ දැන් අදත් මම උදේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා මේ බෞද්ධිකේ බෑඩ් වෙදර් කන්ඩිෂන් එකත් එක්කලා කොහොමද එහෙම ට්‍රැවල් කරන්නත් තියෙන අමාරුයි හරි හැබැයි මගේ ඕල් ලෙවල් කාලේ හිටපු ප්‍රින්සිපල්ගේ ඔයාලට මතකයි මම යාගේ කලුත් කිව්වොත් යාගේ වයිෆ් නැති වෙලා අතරම යාගේ ළමයි ඉන්නේ හරි ඉතින් ඒ වුණාට ළමයි ඒ කාලේ දුල අපිට මාර විදිහට මේ ක්ලෝස් වෙලා ඉගෙනුවා හරිද ඉතින් එහෙම කියලා දැන් යාගේ පින්කමටත් එහෙම ගොඩක් කට්ටිය ඉන්වයිට් කරලා තිබෙනවා යාගේ ටීචින් හිස්ටරි එකේ මම අවුරුදු ගාණක් හරි ප්‍රින්සිපල් වෙලා ටීචර් කෙනෙක් වෙලා ප්‍රින්සිපල් කෙනෙක් වෙලා ඊට පස්සේ ඩිරෙක්ටර් කෙනෙක් වෙලා තමයි රිටයර් වෙන්නේ හරි හැබැයි ඉතින් මොකක්ද මන් දන්නේ සිද්ධියකට එයා මට ඉන්වයිට් කළා තිබ්බා මම තව මම හිතන්නේ 3-4 දෙනෙක් විතරයි ඒ කාලේ මම දන්නේ හිස්ටරි එකේ ඉන්වයිට් කරලා තිබ්බේ පින්කමට හරිද ඉතින් අර මොකක් හරි එයාට එහෙම දැනෙනවා හරි මේ කාලේ අපිට අපිව ගයිඩ් කරගෙන අපි දන්නවා හරිද ඉතින් ක්ලෝස් වෙලා මෙහෙම දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපිට එහෙම කිව්වා හරිද මම ඒක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරන්නේ ඒ රෝල් එක තමයි හරිද දැන් ළමයි සමහර ටීචර්ස්ලා 20 years වලින් විතර වගේ හම්බුනේ වෙනවා. හරි දැන් අපි A-levels O-levels කරලා fine. ආපහු ගියාම ඔය සමහර ටීචර්ස්ලා ආවා. ඉතින් අදටත් ඒගොල්ලෝ හරිම ආදරෙන් කතා කරනවා. හරිද? يعني එහෙම දේවල් තියෙනවා. හරි? ඒක නේ ඔය තේරුම් ගන්න මේක මේ මම කියන එක තේරුම් ගන්න. ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න හරියට වැඩේ කරන්න. මොකද ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඒ පොටෙන්ෂල් එකත් එක්ක මේක කන්සන්ට්‍රේට් කරලා කරොත් සෑහෙන දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. clear? Right? Okay. Then first step, right? First step, we are revising the arithmetic series, right? You learn arithmetic progressions in O levels, clear, right? Actually, these definitions and everything mainly for the applications of the next levels of series, clear, right? So therefore, write down the first subtopic, arithmetic series, right? Arithmetic series. Arithmetic series, right? Arithmetic series. Arithmetic series. Right, okay. Then in O levels, if you are asked what is an arithmetic progression, right? How did you define? If there's a common difference between any two consecutive terms, right? That is an arithmetic progression. Clear, right? If there's a common difference between any two consecutive terms. What is an arithmetic series progression? There's a common difference. Right? But please keep in mind that if there's a common difference between any two consecutive terms. Clear, right? Now, how do you write this one mathematically, right? That is one important thing. Clear, right? Now, understand. Now, you know that if I write here UR, right? Now, what does mean the UR? Rth term. Clear, right? UR means rth term. Okay, right? Then, if I ask what is the next consecutive term, right? Actually, you know that next consecutive term is UR plus 1, right? R plus 1 term. That's what I asked, right? The next consecutive term, right? So, what is the previous consecutive term? The previous consecutive term is actually UR minus 1. Clear, right? So, what is this actually basic idea of functions, right? That means you know that if there is a function fx, right? Fx plus 1 means x is replaced by x plus 1. Then, idea right? Clear? Right? Here, if you replace r by r plus 1, you get ur plus 1, right? Now, ur plus 1 means actually ur plus 1. Right? Okay, convenient bracket. Clear, right? But if you replace r by r plus 1, you get the next consecutive term, right? That is a simple meaning. Okay, right? Then I will take the term and next consecutive term. Okay, right? Now, can you understand here? UR and UR plus 1, right? These two general terms describe all the consecutive terms. Because if I put r equals 1, here U1 and U2. If I put r equals 2, U2 and U3. If I put r equals 3, U3 and U4. Series clear, right? All the terms are described by this one. Clear? That means what you have to understand, right? If right, UR plus 1 minus UR, right? If this difference is a constant, clear, right? Here K is a constant, okay, right? What does it mean here? Then mean U2 minus U1 equals K, right? Clear? U3 minus U2 equals K, right? U4 minus U3 equals K, right? See, this total difference between the two consecutive terms. Clear? Make a live always imagine when donor all the terms. Clear, right? That's the most important thing, right? right? That means if UR plus 1 minus UR is K, right? How do we describe this one in English? If the difference between any two consecutive terms is a constant, right? Then it is an arithmetic series. Clear? Right? Okay, write down. Definition, right? Arithmetic series definition, right? Definition. Definition, okay? Let UR and UR plus 1. Let UR and UR plus 1 be the two consecutive terms of a series. Let UR and UR plus 1 be the two consecutive terms of a series. Then write down, if UR plus 1 minus UR equals K, within bracket K is a constant. If UR minus UR plus 1 minus UR equals K, within bracket K is a constant. If UR plus 1 minus UR equals K, K is a constant, then it is an arithmetic. Then it is an arithmetic series. Then it is an arithmetic series. Right, as I told you earlier, right, U2 minus U1 equals K. So therefore you can see that U2 equals actually U1 plus K, no? Right? U3 minus U2 equals K. What does it mean? U3 equals, right, U2 plus K, right? What is U2 here? U1 plus K, right? That means U1 plus 2K, right? Then U4 minus U3 equals, right, K. Therefore, U4 equals actually U3 plus K. What is U3 here? U1 plus 2K plus K, 3K, right? Now, can you see that? If first term is U1, second term is U1 plus K, right? Okay, then U3 is U1 plus 2K, right? Then U4 actually U3 plus U1 plus 3K, right? According to this pattern, can you see that, right? U2, U1 plus 1K, U3, U1 plus 2K, okay? U3, U1 plus 2K, okay? U4, U1 plus 3K, right? If so, what is U5, right? Similarly, U5 is what? U1 plus 4K, right? According to that, what is U10? U10 means U1 plus 9K, okay, right? U1 plus 9K. Then what is UN? U1 plus N minus 1 into K, okay? Then මේක තමයි ඔයා O levels කාලේ, හරි? O levels කාලේ මොකද්ද TN කියන්නේ? A plus N minus 1 into D, okay, right? Right, so we can write same thing in this way also, okay, right? Okay, now අපි අර family form එකම අපහු එන O levels කාලේ, right? If the first term is A and the common difference is D, right? You know that first term is A, second term is A plus B, right? Then the third term is A plus 2D, right? So we are adding the common difference to the previous term, right? We are adding common difference to the previous term. We are adding common difference to the previous term, okay, right? Then A plus 3D, right? So you can see that here U1, here U2, and here U3, and here U4. Okay. Got it? Now you can see that U4 A plus 3D, UN A plus N minus 1. Okay, right? That's how we define the set of terms. Is it clear? Right? And not only that, you know that this summation is called Sn because sum of the first n number of terms. Okay. Anyway, we wrote the definition, right? Then write down accordingly, right? Accordingly, right? Please copy down this one, right? U2 minus U1 is K. Therefore, U2 equals U1 plus K, right? U3 minus U2 equals K. Therefore, U3 equals this one. Then similarly, up to U. So we applied that idea. පේනවනේ ඒ කියන්නේ සීරීස් එකේ ජෙනරල් ටර්ම් එක හැදෙන්නේ ඩෙෆිනිෂන් එකෙන්මයි. හරිද? මැස් ඩෙෆිනිෂන් එක ආගියු කරපුවම මාර ඊසි, right? මාර කන්ෆර්ට් කරා. Right. Now at the same time, now I think the weather condition will be okay, right? මේක ඔයාලා copy කරගන්න ගමන්ම what's better for tomorrow? Tomorrow through online or physical? Both rotation කරන්න තියෙන්නේ, right? The best way actually to do my God. Ashif, can they manage through even online if they got affected by flood? But generally we do always physical, right? No doubt. So we are planning to start both notations. Physical, online or hybrid. According to your comments, I will think whether online, physical or hybrid, right? But mostly I think the most possible way of doing hybrid, okay, right? Now, while COVID, okay. But now you online lazy, but anyway, the ones who can come, physical can come. දාන්න වෙන්නේ නම් උදේ ගම්ම. හරි. ක්ලාස් එක පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ම හරි unavoidable case එකක් නේ. Time from the morning, right? From 8 o'clock, right? Right. Anyway, next. Now, are you okay with this one? Okay, write down. Let simple A be the first term and D. Let simple A be the first term and simple D be the common difference of an arithmetic series. Right. Okay. Then simple A be the first term and simple D be the common difference of an arithmetic series. Then the first n number of terms. Then the first n number of terms. Then the first n number of terms. Sn, comma, then next line, right? Sn equals the first n number of terms. Sn equals, you know that A plus, second term is A plus D plus, A plus 2D plus, right? Now, you know that according to this, what is the nth term? A plus n minus 1D, right? Nth term, A plus n minus 1D, clear? So what is n minus 1th term, right? U n minus 1, that means we replace n by n minus 1, okay? That means you get what? A plus n minus 2D, right? A plus n minus 2D. That means I will write here A plus n minus 2D plus A plus n minus 1D. Clear? A plus n minus 1D. Clear? Right? First equation, right? Now, I'm going to take a formula for the summation of the arithmetic series. Actually, some may have done in O levels. Some may have used in O levels directly without proof, right? Raise your hand, those who have proved in O levels, the formula. Raise your hand, those who have used in O levels. කරන්න බෑ නේද නෑ ගොඩක් කට්ටියට. එහෙමනේ ඕලෙවල් කාලේ නම් IQ මරනවා. හරි. Right. Then we can write here Sn equals, right? Actually there's a particular method of proving this one. That means we have written ascending order. The same series is written in descending order also, right? A plus n minus 2 into d. Clear? Right. And it goes like this, and here a plus 2d plus a plus b plus a, right? Second equation. Clear? Now we have two equations 1 and 2, right? After that we are adding the two equations 1 and 2, right? If you take 1 plus 2, clear? Right? If you take 1 plus 2, Sn 2 Sn, okay? Right? Now you can see that if you are adding the first two terms, right? That means first pair of the terms, right? Here, a plus n minus 1, right? Then a plus d plus a plus n minus 2d. Clear? There are n number of terms in the first equation, n number of terms in the second equation. If you add first two terms here second two terms, right? You will be having n number of pairs, right? Here, n number of couples actually, right? You will be having n number of pairs. That means here a plus a 2a plus n minus 1. Okay, right? And the next term, right? For the next term also, can you see a plus b plus a plus n minus 2 into d, right? That means a plus nd minus 2d, right? Minus 2d plus d minus 1d. 1d is not that 1d, right? Then n minus 1 into d. Clear? Again, you will be having second term 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? Then similarly, the last term also 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? How many such terms? There are n number of terms, okay, right? There are n number of terms. So therefore, we can write it as 2Sn equals, right? 2Sn equals n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay? That means Sn equals n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay? Right? So this is what you have used in O levels to take the summation of first n number of terms. Sometimes you didn't focus much, you didn't seriously take it as the first n number of terms, you just found Sn, right? But now understand that this Sn means sum of the first n number of terms. Clear, right? මම කියන word එක highlight කරනවා ළඟදී හරි, clear, right? කොච්චරක් important කියලා, right? Okay, then actually at the same time, right? At the same time, we can rearrange this Sn like this, okay? Sn equals n over 2 into, I'll write this 2a as a plus a. Then you know that actually here, a plus n minus 1d, right? So this is un, right? Here. That means Sn equals n over 2 into a plus un. Actually, how did you write in O levels? Sn equals n over 2 into a plus l, right? What is l? Last term. Otherwise, nth term. Clear, right? So that's how we define. Okay. Please take them also, right? Yeah, mostly we will be having hybrid tomorrow, right? The tomorrow class until 1:30. Right, finish. Okay, then මේ මට solid කෙලිම කියන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් හෙට කෙලින්ම මේ අන්ඩර්වල් කේස් එකක් විදිහට schools අනිවාර්යෙන් යන්න ඕන කට්ටිය. In this sample, right? Those who are needed to go to the school definitely, right? Can't do any change, right? අනිවාර්යෙන් school යන්න ඕන. එහෙම කට්ටිය අපිට උස්සන්න බලන්න please. හැබැයි කෙලින් කියන්න ඕනේ. පස්සේ නිකන් what about all of you in the evening tomorrow? කියන්නේ මේ time එකේ අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන්. Like 6 to 10:30. No, I mean evening, right? That's when those who are possible, right? Those who are available, 6 to 10, because we have enough time to do physical classes, right? I mean, school time එකෙන් දැන් මගේ පැත්තෙත් පොඩි අන්නදි කරලා පැත්තක් සිද්ධියක් තියෙනවනේ. Right? Now, that's when those who are okay from 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 10:30. Yeah, almost all are okay, no? If so, just for tomorrow, shall we do in the evening without morning? Right? I'll quickly change it name, right? අපි ඊට පස්සේ extra classes කරමු. Right? Okay. අම්මා කට්ටිය සතුටු, right? For tomorrow, then let's do in the evening as usual like this. Clear? Right? 6 to 10:30, right? 6 to 8. And then you will get like 15 minutes break, right? Then after that you can do the rest. Yeah, right. එහෙනම් එහෙම කරමුකෝ ඈ. මොකද එක පැත්තකින් අර ස්කූල් ටීචර්ස් වලට අපිට බයින්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ඉස්සරලා ක්ලාස් දානවා ස්කූල් ටයිම් එකේ අරගෙන එකයි කියලා, right? Anyway, we'll do like that. Clear, right? අපි ඊට පස්සේ ටිකක් extra time එකක් එක්කම කරනවා physical class එකේ, right? But generally maximum until 2, clear, right? Okay, now, yeah, that means there's a question. Why did you write that equation? There was a question here, right? Why you wrote equation 1 and 2, the last 2 terms, right? Yeah, that means actually you simply, right? So anyone should understand that I have written all the terms, okay? Last 2 terms misunderstand කරන්න එපා මේක. හරිද? Yeah, පේන දේ තීරණ ගන්න නෙවෙයි maths තියෙන්නේ, right? In mathematics, right? We have written the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term, seventh term. We have written every term, okay? Right? I just represented the last 2 terms. Right? කවුරු හරි හිතනවා නම් first 3 terms and last 2 terms විතරයි කියලා. ඒක වැරදි, හරි? I have written that all in number of terms, right? In the equation 1, all in number of terms in the ascending order. In the equation number 2, all in number of terms in the descending order. Right? This dots means, right? This dots means all of the other terms. Can you understand, right? So I have written that all the terms in ascending and descending, and then I have added the 2 equations. Simply, clear, right? That's a simple idea, okay? Right, okay. Then Right. Then I will share you a few examples. Now, actually, this idea can take very quickly by the written examples and all using this book. Clear? Now, see arithmetic sequences, right? Then un is a plus n minus 1d, right? Yeah. Now, the nth term of an arithmetic sequence is given by un is 55 minus 2n. Write down the first 5 terms of the sequence, right? You know that if you put n equals 1, you can take the first term, second term, third term. It's a decrease in arithmetic series, right? It's a sequence decreasing, okay? Find the 99th term of the sequence, right? So U99 means you get minus 143, clear? Actually, the most important question is this one, right? Find the first term in the sequence that is negative, right? That means if you want to take a negative term, we want to find out the position of the term. Which term becomes negative first, right? You can see that fifth term also positive, right? 99th term also, 99th term is minus, right? But how do we write? See, 55 minus 2n should be negative, right? 55 minus 2n is negative means you can see that after solving this linear inequality, you get n greater than 27.5. As I told you earlier, this n is always a positive integer, right? We never get decimals. So that's why we have to go to the next positive integer, right? n greater than 27.5 means, right, the minimum term, clear? Otherwise, the first term is 28, clear, right? See, when you find 28th term, you get minus 1, clear? That is the first term who becomes negative, clear? Did you understand? It's a nice question, right? I will share this book again to the groups, clear, right? Again to the groups, right? So you can follow these examples, okay, right? Now they ask in the find nth term of these arithmetic sequences, right? That means when we go for that 6, 20, 34, 48, 62, right? First term is 6. Common difference is 14, right? Then we write in the formula 6 plus 14 into n minus 1, right? Then when we simplify, you get 14n minus 8, okay? Then 101, 94, 87, 80, 73. You can see that the common difference is minus 7. And the first term is 101, right? Then you get un equals 101 minus 7 into n minus 1, right? That means 108 minus 7n, clear? This is the general term, okay, right? Nth term is actually general term, clear, right? Right. Look at this example. A sequence is generated by the formula un equals an plus b. A and b are constants, right? You have done that these types of questions in O levels also, right? So you are given that third term is 5 and the eighth term is 20, okay? Third term is 5 and the eighth term is 20, right? Find the values of the constants a and b. So how do we write u3? Here 3n plus 3a plus b, okay? 3a plus b is 5. 8a plus b is 20, clear? Then after that, you can solve the two simultaneous equations and can find a and b. Got it? Simple, right? Yeah, then here there are some questions here, right? Here, then you can mark actually these all the questions to do at home, right? Exercise 5A, clear? I'm sharing this textbook to the group, right? Basics ටික රිවයිස් කරගන්න ඇත්තටම හොඳ content එකක්. හරිද? මොකද ඕනම ගානකට comfortable යන්න නම් ළමයා මේවා දැනන් ඉන්නත් ඕන. හරි? Right. Then arithmetic series. Can you see? Prove that the sum of 100 natural numbers is 5050. Clear? ඇත්තටම ළමයි මේක මේ randomly mathematician කෙනෙක් හොයාගත්ත දෙයක්. හරි මට මතක නැහැ කවුද නෑම් කියලා. හරි. There was a mathematician in his කවුද මේ ස්ටෝරි එක අහලා තියෙන්නේ, right? එයාගේ childhood එකේදී චූටි කාලේ මේ ක්ලාස් එකට ආපු teacher, right? එයාට වෙන වැඩක් කරන්න වෙලා දැන් ළමයින්ට activity එකක් දෙන්න බෑ, right? ඊට පස්සේ දීලා තියෙනවා, right? Find the sum of first 100 terms, 100 numbers, right? Find the sum of first 100 numbers කියලා, right? කොහොමද මේ කිව්වා ගමන් ඉතින් ළමයි ඉතින් ඇඩ් කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා, හරි? අතන එක ළමෙක් විතර ටක් ගාලා ආන්සර් එක අරගෙන උඩ දාලා ඉඳලා, හරි? right? Euler කියලා කියනවා, right? I can let you know, right? Possibly maybe ටක් ගාලා sum එක අරගෙන, right? So teach us how did you get it, right? Then he has done actually quickly what although he can pair it, right? 100 and here, right? And 99 to here, right? Then you get 101 here, right? Then you can multiply by the number of terms, clear, right? So you get 5050, clear, right? Okay, mathematician characteristics, right? But anyway, right? Then what we can see here, anyway, now here, then you can see that, right? We proved this formula now, right? Then, we have done this proof. See, the example is the proof, clear, right? We have done that proof, okay? Find the sum of the first 50 terms in the arithmetic series, 32, 27, 22, 17, right? First term is 32, the common difference is -5. Then you can substitute and take the value. Maybe I think all level, right? But these are the questions, clear, right? Find the least number of terms required for the summation to exceed 2000, clear? Find the least number of terms required for the summation to exceed 2000. ළමයි මේ හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න මේ characteristics මාර important, clear, right? මේ examples වල මේ තියෙන idea එක ලස්සනට අපේ papers වල තියෙනවා, clear? Yeah, that means what do we write? First we know the formula, clear, right? n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. Here we can find the first term and the common difference. Then we substitute n over 2 into 4 plus n minus 1 into 5, right? Clear? Then exceed 2000 means first we write equal to 2000, clear? After that, equating to the 2000, you can solve the quadratic equation. You get plus 2027.99 and minus 28. You know that terms are never negative. That means you need next positive integer. 28 terms are needed to exceed 2000. Clear, right? That's the way, right? And the experience එක ගන්න. මේ example එක පස්සේ copy කරගත්තත් කමක් නැහැ. Clear? Right. Now there are enough examples here, right? Enough questions here. You can mark them also to do at home, right? Exercise 5b, right? But my examples are to discuss now, clear, right? A booking examples, right? Okay, now දැන් ළමයි ඇත්තටම මේ ඔච්චර නිකම් formula substitutions එච්චර කට කන්න ඕනේ නැහැ, හරි? දැක්ක ගමන් ආන්සර්ස් ගන්න පුළුවන්. clear? Now, write down. Find the nth term. Find the nth term and sum of the first n terms. An example, right? find the nth term and sum of the first n terms of the following arithmetic series. Find the nth term and sum of the first n terms of the following arithmetic series. Okay, then how do we get it? First one, right? Actually, I'll use a series, right? Here, Sn equals 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus, right? So we have the nth term, okay, right? I wrote Sn here, not Sn field, okay? Then the simple අපි දැන් තමයි arithmetic use කරලා ඉවරයි, right? How do we write the nth term? You know that, right? The difference between two consecutive terms is 3, right? 3 means actually 3n time. Okay? Can you remember that general term you are? That means un is 3n, okay? 3n time. You want to take the first term. If you put n equals 1, you get 3. But you want 2, you subtract 1. Okay? See, 3 into 2, 6 minus 1, 5. 3 into 3, 9 minus 1, 8. That means you are getting that all the terms. Okay? You want to take the sum of the first n terms, right? That means what is the formula? Sn equals, right? N over 2 into a plus un. We have done on first term, last term. Clear? Anyway, we know the nth term. Therefore, un equals n over 2 into, right? 2 plus, okay? 2 plus 3n minus 1, okay? 3n minus 1. That means you get Sn equals, right? N over 2 into here 3n plus 1. Okay? Did you understand? That's how we get the sum of the percent terms. Okay, right? N over 2 into 3n plus 1, right? Very simple. Okay, very straight in. Find the n term and sum of the percent terms. Yeah, we found it, right? Similarly, please answer for these questions, right? The second part. දැන් ඉතින් හොඳට තේරුණාට ඔය එක්සර්සයිස් එකෙත් ඔයාගේ කැපැසිටි එකෙන් ඔයාලට ඒවා ටක් කරලා ගත්තට කමන්නේ නැහැ. Okay? Don't need to write wasting your time unnecessary steps, right? Then second one, right? 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus, right? Actually the same, right? Third one. Sn equals 60 plus 57 plus 54 plus. Okay, then finish. Yeah, I think anyone can manage this one, right? 159 means you can see that in the second part, un equals 4n minus 3, right? Difference is 4, then 4n minus 3, right? At the same time, Sn equals actually n over 2 into 4n minus 3 plus 1, right? Here 4n minus 2 divided by 2, n into 2n minus 1. Who got this answer? N into 2n minus 1. Right, good. Then the third part, right? So you have to be careful. Here un, here, right? Un actually, the difference is minus 3, right? Difference is minus 3. So minus 3n time, right? Minus 3n. When you put n equals 1, you get minus 3. If you want to take 60, you write 63, right? Un is 63 minus 3n. Yes. Then Sn equals, right? N over 2 into 60 plus, where 60 plus, then 63 minus 3, right? 60 and 63, 123 minus 3n. N over 2 into 123 minus 3n. Who got this? Right, good, okay. Then similarly, you can see that in the fourth part, right? The common difference is minus half, right? Therefore, un equals, right? Minus half n, but here plus 25 over 2, right? Then you get 12, right? Otherwise, actually 25 minus n whole thing divided by 2. Clear? Then you get Sn actually, n over 2 into, right? N over 2 into, then 12 plus, here 12 plus 25 minus n over 2, right? You can simplify further, 12 into 2, 24, that means 45 or 49, right? You get n over 4 into 49 minus n. That's the sum of the percent terms. Clear, right? Who got this one? N over 4 into 49 minus 10. Right, good. Please copy down those who are not done. Right, then I'm asking another important conceptual example, right? And make a lot of questions, what practice right? But these are important, and these are very important in your note, okay, right? When you are revising the note, you have to have this conceptual development, clear, right? Now, write down one example. Un equals 5n minus 3, un equals 5n minus 3, un equals 5n minus 3 is the general term of a series. Is the general term of a series. Un equals 5n minus 3 is the general term of a series. Show that it is the general term of arithmetic series. Show that it is the general term of an arithmetic series. Show that it is a general term of an arithmetic series. Okay, then how do we prove it? Now understand, this is very important, right? If you want to prove that it is a general term of an arithmetic series, right? So we have to go back to the definition of the arithmetic series, right? What do we know that? If the difference between two consecutive terms is a constant, then it is an arithmetic series, right? Clear? කෙලින්ම කරන්න ඕන අපි definition එක satisfy කරන්නයි ඕන, right? How do we satisfy the definition, right? So you can see that, right? Here, if you want, right? Here, variable is n. If you want, you can write actually let n replace it by r, right? UR, clear? What is UR? 5r minus 3 square, right? Then what do? We replace r by r plus 1, okay? If you want, you can replace r by r plus 1. Otherwise, you can replace r by r minus 1. Okay? If you replace r by r plus 1, then you get ur plus 1, right? That means 5 into r plus 1 minus 3, right? That means you get 5r plus 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay? Or else, actually, you can write here ur minus 1, right? UR minus 1 actually 5 into R minus 1 minus 3. That means 5R minus 8. Okay. Now we can take the difference between UR plus 1 and UR. Okay. If you take this difference, right? Actually here 5R plus 2 minus, right? 5R plus 2 minus, right? 5R minus 3. Okay. That means when we simplify 5r cancel, 2 minus minus 3 is 5. Okay. Can you see? It's a constant, right? That means actually we proved the difference is a constant, right? Therefore, it is an arithmetic series. Clear, right? Otherwise, you can write here, let ur minus 1, right? If you take the difference here, 5r minus 3 minus 5r minus 8, right? So these two cancel. Minus 3 minus minus 8 means plus 5, right? Which is a constant, right? Clear? Did you understand? You can take the difference between ur plus 1 and ur, otherwise ur minus 1. Right? Laga දෙන්නක difference එක ඕක. Okay, right? We proved it is a constant. Okay? Okay, please take it. Then you can say in words, it is a general term of an arithmetic series. දැන් ළමයි කොච්චර ගණන් හදුවත් ඕක ඔළුවේ නැත්තම් වැඩක් නෑ. හොඳේ. Okay, right. ඒකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ නැහැ එහෙනම් මේක ඔළුවේ තියෙන අනිත්‍යව වැඩක් නෑ කියලා. එහෙම කියවෙන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳේ. right? තව questions කරන්න ගොඩක් experience ගන්න. right? And also please keep in mind that actually we have started series today no. මේකේ introduction එකට ටිකක් ලොකු content එකක් තියෙනවා තේරුණාද? Right. Now introduction is okay. Then when we do hereafter, right, we are doing two lessons parallelly, right? So we are doing straight lines also while doing this series part. Okay, right? Today we came up to the level, right? We achieved the target. Okay, next example right now. Show that un equals 15 minus 3n is a general term of an arithmetic series. Show that un equals 15 minus 3n is a general term of an arithmetic series. Right. Who came to the difference is minus 3? Okay, that means very good, right? You can follow the same theory, no? Right? UR equals replace n by r, right? 15 minus 3r, right? Then UR minus 1 equals 15 minus 3 into r minus 1. Otherwise, 18 minus 3r. Then UR minus 1 is equals 18, 15 minus 3r minus 18 minus 3r, right? I think most of you got UR plus 1 here. That's why I went to this way, right? So these two cancel, you get minus 6, which is a constant. That means an arithmetic series, clear? The general term of an arithmetic series, right? Right. Then note that UR equals AR plus B, right? Where A and B are real constants, okay? Finally, you can highlight this one. UR equals AR plus B, where A and B are real constants. UR equals AR plus B, where A and B are real constants, right? You can take it as a note, okay? UR equals AR plus B, where A and B are real constants, is the general term of an arithmetic series. Is the general term of an arithmetic series. So එතකොට TR equals A plus Tn equals A plus n minus 1D. Oh, it එකක් තියෙනවා හරි. Right? ඉතින් ඒවා longer forms. Clear? Right? A plus n minus 1D. දැන් බලන්නකො මේ කොච්චර lengthy form එකක්ද කියලා. Right? Tn equals A plus n minus 1D. Right? Here you know that n is the variable. Clear? Right? So you can simplify it as nd plus a minus, right? So this is a constant. This is a constant. N is the variable. Right? Finally, it is a linear expression. That's all you need to know. Right? So keep in mind this part is very important. Okay, right? Okay, that means please don't forget that exercise. I have shared you the textbooks to the both the groups, right? මම මේ second group එකේ කට්ටියට first group එකේ link එක දාන්න. හරි? first group එකේ නැත්තම් ඒකට join වෙන්න නැත්තම් මත් ඒකට parallel යන තේරුමක් නැහැ. Clear? Right? Okay, then we have done the introduction part and we have done that arithmetic series, right? So next day we are doing one special type of questions under arithmetic series. මම special හොඳට අහගන්න මේ කතාව හොඳේ, right? ඒ කියන්නේ මම ඊළඟ දවසේ කතා කරන part එක වට convert වෙන්නේ ඔය exercise එකේ questions ටිකක් කරලා ready වෙලා හිටියෝ, right? Clear? Right? ඉතින් මේ ඒක මේක ඊළඟ concept එක. Clear? Right? ඉතින් මේ part එක discuss කරද්දී ඔයා convert වෙන්න නම් ඔය questions ටික හොඳට කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Clear? Right? Okay, do your best and now get ready for a critical time. අර එකයි කියන්නේ අන්තිම මාස තුන දැන් කියලා හිතාගෙන වැඩ කරන්න. හොඳේ? Right? ඒකෝර වට මාර්ගම easily ඉස්සරහට comfortably ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Clear? Right. Okay. Then that's all for today. Good night.